When I think about the process of playing better under nerves, I think it's a twofold procedure. I think it's improving your focus and refining your instinct. Because in combat, those are the two most important things, right? Being able to stay focused and being able to play in flow state. Unfortunately, in this match at the Esports World Cup qualifier at DreamHack Dallas, I fought the biggest instinct challenge in Tekken. Maybe that's up for debate. But I think fighting Xiaoyu, Yoshimitsu, and to an extent Steve is a big instinct and focus check, right? There's a huge skill component for sure. But those two factors I think are very, very important. This occurs the week after, this tournament is a way back, like last patch, but this occurs the week after Combo Breaker 2024. So if you watch the last video, this is the week right after that. I came out of that tournament actually pretty well. So after the loss on stream, I wasn't eliminated. I ended up winning many, many more matches. I think, let's see. So I think I lost in like top 250 something. And I ended up beating a bunch of people in losers to get to 33rd place before I lost to Al, TWT finalist, multi-TWT and EVO finalist who is playing Victor. So I was pretty happy with my combo breaker run. But coming into this week, I wanted to really focus on the problems that plagued me last time. And if you saw, I'm going to do my notes out of order. And by the way, if you don't care about any of this, there's timestamps below. But what I wanted to focus on differently this time was I wanted to directly counter the mistakes I was making in the last tournament. I wanted to attack way more and not just backdash away. So this will go out of order. I'll put this first, but the Xiaoyu stuff I want to talk about will go on top. But I was locked in on attacking more and really trying to drive the pace of the match. And you'll see that in this set. And rather than go through the entire matchup, I want to talk about why Xiaoyu is such an instinct check and why that is so challenging for the specific problem I was trying to tackle. And this isn't an excuse. This is a part of the refinement process. I know that I have to attack more, but that's not the case in every matchup. And Xiaoyu is the perfect example of that. So when you're fighting Xiaoyu, you need to fight with your main. This is advice I've heard from pro players constantly. And the reasons that I've come to conclude that that's true, what a roundabout way to say that, is you need to be really fast, you need to play on instinct, and you need a low mental stack. Why is that the case? Because she's kind of a rule breaker character, right? So she has so many defensive buttons that require you to play really tight, but also play really dynamic. Her down forward one is evasive. It can go under many characters' jabs. So if you run like a jab heavy offense, which I do, you will start losing very, very quickly. On top of that, she has that 8-frame mid that's like a panic button. She does a little chop. That lets her break out of frame traps in many situations that other characters can't. She has back turn evasion that doesn't really come into play in this set, so I didn't really list it initially. But that's something to also consider when you're attacking her back. You have to be cognizant of the fact that your stuff might just miss. And finally, her offense has so many counter hit launchers built into it, or her defense and offense. 3+4 is her advancing orbital, kind of like Paul's trooper roll, and sidestep 4 is a huge evasive low counter hit launcher. She has plenty of others, but I wanted to focus on the ones that actually pop up in the match so you can see it in action and like know what to pay attention to. This is not a conclusive like how to play against Xiaoyu. This is just relevant for watching this specific video. And then finally, you need a lot of instinctual responses to hyper-specific situations, right? Because she's a rule breaker character, she's going to challenge you in situations that are unconventional. For example, she has a back turn hopping throw, right? So she'll be in back turn. She'll jump at you like she does a throw. And that throw is ambiguous. You have to guess 1, 2, or 1+2. And if you don't want to guess, you can always duck. And the nice part is if you duck the throw, you can launch her. But she can cancel that throw and go into crouch. And out of crouch, she could do her while rising 2, which is a counter hit launcher. So what that means is if you thought she was going to throw, you react to her little jump back, and you decide to mash a launcher, she can counter hit you first. And that does come into play here. Finally, she has her full crouch AOP duck. So AOP is evasive. AOP duck is evasive. But when she does AOP from crouch into duck, it's even more evasive. It's a different kind of evasion. All of her different AOP variants have different evasion. AOP is her stance, where she goes like this and ducks down. So all of these situations, all of these defense buttons require you to know your characters so well that you can respond to these in the blink of an eye. And every character handles it differently. Like not every character can catch Ling Xiaoyu ducking down as easily. They need to know which moves work. And because, again, not an excuse, but a relevant factor, is I'm on a brand new character that I've been playing for 4 months. I don't have the same instinct at the speed of light that I had playing Noctis, who's a very easy character in Tekken 7 for 3-4 years, right? So this is a reminder more to myself to give myself patience as I continue to figure out these things on the stage. Because when I watch this back, I actually did a better job than I thought I did at trying to improve on my combo breaker mistakes, right? And I'll add more to these after the match ends. But I did a really good job of actually adjusting here. It just wasn't appropriate for this matchup and for this opponent. So, DreamHack Dallas, winners pool side. I knew this match was on the table. And before this, I actually didn't play Lili. Before this, I had a match against a Lili expert who beats me in ranked all the time. So I played Steve. So I'm coming into this matchup not cold, but definitely not hot. All right, so he immediately plays sidestep right duck. I'm on player 2 side, which is also normally uncomfortable for me. But in Tekken 8, that's been less of a problem. Sidestep right, AOP 1+2, and then I find this counter hit 4-4, which is a great start for me. If I'm hitting that move, I know I'm playing well. Nice little wall carry. And this is patch 1.04, so you'll see that this voila flips over. It doesn't do that anymore. Now I'm looping the Feisty Rabbit. I'm creating this unfair situation. I want to run that as much as possible. He blocks the low heat smash. This is really, really good. So I get a 1-1 punish here. He blocks the low heat smash. And you'll notice my Lili punishment is very far from optimal. Like, I am still very much a scrub when it comes to punishing with Lili. Good punish from him. 12 frame mid, so I can't do any armor shenanigans. But he's hard ducking, and I catch him with a down forward 3. Super solid first round. I'm driving the pace. I'm attacking. That's exactly what I wanted to do, despite the nerves of being on player 2, being offside, fighting like a OG legend of the game, PLing. Right, he's attacking a bit more too. I find my windows. I'm getting back in. Nice. Another punish. Another back turn mix. This time he ducks. Really happy. I'm mixing up my offense. Things are looking really good. 3+4. 3+4. And I'm not getting counter hit. This is phenomenal. My 3+4 gets clipped. We trade, but far from over. He blocks my forward 4, and this is really tricky. But this also destabilizes me a bit. You know, I made the throw break training program. Shouldn't I be able to break throws? Well, I was so focused on this attacking rhythm that my defense naturally falters. This is something that the better opponents you fight, the more your stuff, like, you're thinking about other things. So your core fundamentals will actually falter a bit. And what I wanted to point out here is that he does a taunt, and that looks like BM, but I actually talked to him after. And this taunt is designed to hide the throw. So sometimes he'll do it early to realign. Sometimes he'll run up, taunt, and then throw. And it masks the animation. It's really, really tricky. It's just a slight little throw off or tactic to throw people off that actually makes a significant difference in tournament. Okay, he doesn't parry the second punch. He goes into heat. Nice, good block in the low. Really happy with that. So I'm not really falling apart. Like, I'm actually playing pretty well. 3+4 heat dash. DF3, last pixel. And there's our first hyper-specific Ling Xiaoyu situation. Full crouch AOP duck. So what happens here? Huge chip. Catch him ducking. He's at 1 pixel. He's in crouch at -8. So I usually, traditionally, can do whatever I want, right? I go for a grab in case he tries to sidestep or mash. But what I didn't account for is the very poor Ling Xiaoyu behavior. Is go into AOP, evade whatever you're going to do, and then do the hop kick. Now, it turns out in this situation, Lili can pretty much do any mid except down forward 1. But because I hadn't rehearsed it, because I don't have the muscle memory or the instinct, I picked what I thought was the coverage option. But in this specific matchup, you have to account for the fact that she will duck under your mids, or attempt to. Mids and highs. So I needed to do down forward 4 in the knee, quite literally, again, any mid except for down forward 1. But that's fine, 1-1. I was a little tilted by that. Definitely didn't want to register the nerves consciously, but I had undoubtedly been like shaken up by that, right? And I think you could see it in my play. I start slowing down. I miss a little whiff punish here. Like, look at this again. Down 3 gets counter hit. I backdash out. No whiff punish here, but I do get a down 3 poke, and I get counter hit here. Now, this counter hit is very natural in the Ling matchup, and it's a reason why you can't just recklessly attack into her. Even though I'm trying to work on this issue of not attacking enough, this is a defensive matchup. So I try to play a down 3 to try to poke her. Her low comes out faster. She gets way more reward. This is a disgusting situation. And look at this counter hit launch. I'm at 60%. I'm at 50%. And there is another hyper-specific Xiaoyu situation. So after this flip over, she does the jump, right? And this grab is no longer homing, but in this patch it was homing. Flip over jump, cancels into crouch, and I see her do the animation. So I duck, right? And then I try to play like a down jab just to quickly interrupt. But because I'm playing reactively and she's initiating the situation, I'm slightly slower. Her while rising 2 trades and I get counter hit launched, right? So that situation specifically was the back turn, hop throw, and cancel, right? What I needed to do, what's a high percentage option here, is to just fuzzy duck the high grab and don't even try to launch it. Unless you have a really good read on what they're doing, and or you can be extremely fast, or like because you know they're not doing the throw, then you can attempt to launch. But I think that because of the way the timing plays out, your best bet is to just duck and make sure you're not dying, and then just continue to play neutral situations and come out ahead there. But I played into my immediate instinct and lost, and that happens. But as a consequence, if you start losing on your instinct, I can't say this is a natural response, but at least my natural response is to start thinking. My brain off behavior isn't working, so what will I do now unless I turn my brain on? Not the best solution for a tournament fight. Ideally, you have different modes that are still instinctual, but I'm still so new to the character that I don't have that yet. 3+4. Okay, so I mashed with full crouch down forward 1. Spicy rabbit. I'm doing pretty well. Back 1 counter hits me out of my offense, so I start reassessing. My jab gets evaded, and this is again disrupting my base instinct. If I'm playing a jab-based offense and it just fails, then I have to start reconsidering. And these small things really start adding up. I get back 1 out of my flip, and then I miss the throw break because I'm calculating. How can I structure my offense? How can I actually hit her? Not recognizing that this isn't really a matchup where you want to be the one hitting him. You want to be the one letting her make the plays, exposing her timing, and then finding that big counter hit like I did at the start of round 1. Counter hit forward 4. Right, I play 1-1. She jabs me out. Nice. She gave me a punish here. I run up a heat burst. She was a bit faster. Oh, my heat burst whiffed. So this is also a misplaced adaptation from previous tournaments, right? If you look at my HP here, why have I not used my heat yet? And that's what I thought in that moment. So not only did I try to heat burst earlier in this trade situation, but I was like, man, there's no way I'm going to go out with a heat meter, right? So I have to use it here. And that's the only thing I was focused on. Not the spacing, not the situation, and so I died. So attempted adaptation that unfortunately failed.
Yeah, that's the classic, right? You
my dog is engaging in some shit.
If they activate, if they don't cancel into it, it's a guaranteed punish.
And even if they do cancel, you can punish it.
Yeah, exactly. You just have to react to it.
For sure. And it's like Tone up there to coach PhiDX right now. And PLing, you know, you mentioned Tekken 5. I remember
this is Mike.
Early days of Tekken 7, where he was always like a top 5.
Anyways, convenient time to go into a loading screen. So game 2, I am trying not to think too much. Again, I got coaching from Tony here. I don't remember what he said. Tony tries to give really small advice to me in general. Usually just like, you can slow down, you don't have to focus on hitting him, or like Tekken 7 more, things like that. And in this situation, I was really, again, focused on what did I do wrong at Combo Breaker? How can I fix that? I was in like training mode, if that makes sense. Because being on stage is so different than actually just playing at home. So if Tony sees this video, he can comment what he posted and add some insight. But for me, I'm focused again on just hitting him. Hitting. So here I do down 3. She jumps over it. That's unfortunate. That's actually my throw break, this backswing blow. So Xiaoyu whiffed the throw, and I just hit the 1+2 on like a reaction without thinking. She does the back one, so she gets counter hit. And then I get floated out of my flip, which is extremely unfortunate here. 1-2. So again, trying to keep attacking, not able to find a way in, and that's kind of by design. You're not supposed to find a way in against Xiaoyu. And there's again the counter hit sidestep forward. This is such a problem. So rewinding real quick. She does the flip. I try to mash. I don't know how that even hit me. Break the throw, and then we both disengage, right? So this is technically my advantage, right? On a throw break, you usually have frame advantage. The problem here is because Xiaoyu's buttons are so defensively scary, and she has more like panic buttons, evasion, I don't want to hit a button right away. So I do a little sidestep backdash, and I'm thinking, okay, things have settled down. I can place my counter hit button. Well, PLing has been playing for a minute and understands that that's the response that the throw break triggers. So when he does see that happen, he goes for sidestep 4 with a slight delay. My dog is problem.
Yes. Okay. A nice activation right there. I love the fact that every character also.
You're sitting with me for the rest of this analysis.
Exists though, right?
All right.
Everyone's like, man,
So
I wanna go back to my
counter
Tekken
hit,
7
sidestep 4. We've been here for a minute, but not for bad reason. There is actually a lot of like little nuance to me just, you know, eating a counter hit launcher.
If your character exists though, right?
Yeah.
PLing gets nice optimal combos consistently.
Okay.
Specialist of the character since Tekken Tag 2.
I love the fact
That was
every
disgusting.
character
Am I
also
dead?
has, like, this
I'm
amazing, like,
wow. So last mix-up on that wake-up situation.
Like every character has it now.
It's necessary. Otherwise, you're just not gonna be able to compete.
And then he just rips a raw back 1+2. Like, he maybe saw that I was going for forward 4, right? Like, in the past matches, and that's what's been successful. Or the fact that I'm hesitant on offense and trying to figure out how to hit him. So he can just throw out a launcher, and since my punishment has only been 1-1s, I don't think he's too afraid of eating like a huge punish into like an unfavorable situation. 1-1 is annoying, but not the scariest punish because she doesn't get like a wake-up mix after.
Nice block.
And besides, even though I do get a back turn mix, he's not really I'm not really killing him off of it, so he doesn't need to be afraid. And look at how I'm just getting pieced up here, right? So surviving the heat smash is really big, right? This is good. I played down 3 thinking I get to play again. I get counter hit, right? Okay, backdash out of the throw, play a jab, but that's not really going anywhere. Nice, to finally find a down 3. Now he's playing keep out jab, so I can't down 3 or forward 4 as easily, right? The down forward 1 beats both my jab and my down 3 here. So I just can't get in. Now he low pokes me while I'm hesitating. I'm trying to find my hitboxes in. Little sidestep there. Weak back turn punish, but I didn't recognize the situation. These jabs are killing my slower buttons. To beat that, I probably just have to chill and let him initiate. But because I'm attacking on all these very obvious situational timings, right? Like, oh, something's happening, or nothing's happening, let me attack. It's easy for him to place a jab. It's very obvious I'm trying to attack there. Then he finds a punch parry, and he finishes the string. Quite simple. So it looks like I'm just flailing. And that is what's happening. But it's important to understand the context of why, right? It's not just, oh, I'm nervous, okay? What it is I'm nervous, and my pre-existing plan is falling apart. So without a strong, like, instinctual base in making those adjustments, I'm just not able to put together a good effective game plan. Good looking isn't the priority, but it looks so ugly because it's untrained, it's immature, right? Like, I, as a fighter, in this situation, I'm like a kid. I have no experience, I have no instinct, I have no, like, I've been in a situation like this before, let me cross-apply that. It's so different, I'm basically, literally, like a kid flailing around. So I try a sidestep forward 4 here, which is a better idea, right? Like, if he did sidestep 4, I would catch that timing, but he does 1 down 2.
Yeah. PLing match point now.
Okay,
Nice
find a hop kick, that's really, really nice.
Has to change up the combo a little bit.
Drop the combo, again, because I'm still so focused on how do I hit him, how do I hit him, how do I hit him. No throw break because same thing. The mental stack in this situation is extremely high. Trying to figure out how to pilot my character and deal with someone who has been defending against like the world's best players consistently over and over and over. He was PLing was fighting John Ding after this in some sets and was playing really, really well. So PLing is very, very capable. Just someone you probably don't hear about because he wasn't in the late stages of Tekken 7 very much.
Yeah.
Right, my buttons are just not working. Like, really, look at how many buttons I try to put out, which is a great adjustment from the only backdash style I was suffering from, but just not the appropriate placement. So I survive the jab in the down forward 1. I get a little whiff punish with down 3. My down forward 1 just whiffs after, both to her sidestep. But I'm not sure if sidestep 4 would have gone under this, but I believe this is just at +1. This isn't tracking against Xiaoyu, right? It could be that the sidestep 4 has enhanced evasion. I throw the hop kick just trying to get some damage, maybe catch him on a delayed timing. Didn't work. Forward 4. Counter hit jab. Okay, we're getting back in it. Survive this. I could have parried that, but again, I'm not super sharp here. Find a rage art on his timing. I didn't know it was going to be a throw. I thought it would have been a low. I thought it would have been a back turn. I thought it would have been anything. But reacting to his forward movement there, find a nice rage art. Pretty happy with that. Ideally, if it was a hop kick, I would have probably killed. Nice, survived that, but a better punish is needed here. If I just forward 2-3 him here, it turns into a last hit situation. It turns into wake up down 3, wake up down 4, wake up down 4, you know the drill. But now, okay, no whiff punish there because I thought it hit my block. I do break the 1 throw that was ambiguous. Trading jabs here, but I eat a counter hit, and it's so ugly here, and I die. So, look at how I died here specifically, and this is really important. In the overall arc of overcoming my nerves, I'm making better decisions because this is what I wanted to do. However, not flexible enough or, again, appropriate for the matchup. So what I wanted to do here, I'm playing one jabs, trying to initiate, and I play this forward 4, again, trying to put out my big high-value buttons. He just has a better timing and counter hits me. I don't die here. He plays 1-2, and I try to play a down 3, because I'm thinking 1-2, he doesn't have frame advantage anymore, let me take my turn. Unfortunately, my button is too slow compared to his down forward 1. Like, he just continued to play at frame disadvantage. But at first, I didn't want to watch this match. I was really disappointed in how I played. Getting 3-0 didn't feel good. But in retrospect, this is the right progress. I'm doing the things I wanted to do. Now, what I wanted to do was wrong, but that's another story. I'm doing the things I wanted to do. The rounds were pretty close. And despite the expertise gap, I'm able to create a lot of problems for him. So, yeah, I was really frustrated after this, and I didn't watch the setback at all. I didn't want to. I was like, I played horribly, I got 2-0'd, like, I'm washed, I'm ugly. Of course, the chat was not helping either, but I'm glad I made this video now because I feel a lot better about this. Now, things to improve on top of the things earlier is jab and neutral against Ling is just troll, right? Like, there's no reason to just whiff over the down forward 1 for such low reward anyways when she's going to disrespect your frames. So the strategy here is play a bit slower. Like, it's really just play a bit slower and scout out the sidestep 4s were killing me. I could scout those out, break the throws, stay sharp. The more experience I get, the easier it'll get, right? And then quantity over quality when it comes to buttons. Like, Tekken 8 is still an attacking game, but I can't just swing into her willy-nilly with any button ever when she has all of these really good defensive options. I need to pick my buttons a little better, and the less I do, the easier it is to hide what I intend to do. So it'll make the forward 4s easier to hit. I could find some whiff punishes, that'd be pretty good. I'm overall a lot happier with this, and I hope that was helpful. I know that, again, people ask me constantly, how do I deal with nerves? And this isn't a direct answer. Instead, I want to show you, hey, I'm nervous too. When I'm nervous, I tend to just backdash. And I actually overwrote that code to just backdash in this match. Unfortunately, when you're fighting Xiaoyu, you kind of do want to backdash a lot and just play defensively. Like, you don't want to swing into her. So, adjustments to be made. Luckily, I'll have some more footage coming very soon that shows appropriate application of the instincts I need to have. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you did. Please leave a comment if you think you have any questions or if you think I've left something out. If you think you have any questions. Either you have a question or you don't. But if you think I left something out, let me know. Nothing to say. Leave an emoji. That helps me a ton. And subscribe for more. Don't do it for me. Do it for Mike. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.